Don't touch that dial now, we're just getting started.
Snow equals Christmas, right? Sure it does. When it comes to Christmas video games, you'd be surprised how little there really is. Although I guess seasonally based video games may not be a great idea from a business standpoint. Regardless, Silent Hill Shattered Memories has snow and ice, so it's a Christmas game. Silent Hill Shattered Memories is a horror game released in 2009 for the Nintendo Wii, and a year later for the PS2 and PSP. For the sake of better control and better immersion, we'll be playing the version on the Nintendo Wii. Silent Hill games post The Room are usually heavily criticized for their lack of originality, lack of horror, lack of any real substance, but Shattered Memories seems to be the one that gets shat on the least. It takes an interesting approach with its story, acting as a heavy reimagining of the first game. You play as Harry Mason, searching through the snowy, abandoned town of Silent Hill to find your daughter. I honestly think Shattered Memory does a fantastic job conveying its story. It actually deals with themes of grief and loss in a way that no other Silent Hill game post Team Silent's departure has. This isn't a generic horror game about a dude getting lost and having to fight monsters. This is a game about a man fighting his own emotions to find his daughter. Don't get me wrong though, Shattered Memories does have monsters, and it's unfortunately the weakest part of the game. When these monsters show up, you're forced into a segment where all you can do is run away from them. It gets old very fast and just makes me annoyed. What made monster encounters scary in previous games was being able to fight them, but not always being properly equipped to do so. But here there's not even an option for that. You have to run endlessly like you're playing a 2008 mobile game. So it's not scary, but I think that's okay. It still understands what it takes to be a Silent Hill game, dealing with themes more than scary monster. And like I mentioned previously, I really like this game's story and handling of the characters. Maybe more than the original? The game also has these first-person psychologist segments. They remind me a lot of the ones from Until Dawn, just not as interesting. These do have quite the impact on the story, however. There's 5 whole endings to get in Shattered Memories, and all of them are really interesting. The conditions required to get each of the endings actually give the game some replay value, which is great. And speaking of great, the incredible Akira Yamaoka returns once again to work on the game's soundtrack. While the music isn't as somber as 2 or atmospheric as 3, it still has its own vibe that I think really works. Lots of vocal tracks here, I really dig that. Last thing to mention is why playing this game on the Wii is the preferred version to play. Similarly to Resident Evil 4, the Wii's motion controls just feel so natural in this game. The way the Wiimote emulates Harry holding his flashlight just adds this whole other layer of immersion. It's actually a lot of fun to control, but the other thing that adds to the immersion is Harry's phone. A lot of the gameplay mechanics are done using this, and notification sounds and phone calls all come from the Wiimote's built-in speaker, which is absolutely incredible. Overall, I find more to appreciate about Shattered Memories the more I play it. Of all the games not developed by Team Silent, it's probably the best one, and in some ways I do find it better than the original PS1 game. I know that's a hot take, and I'll delve more into it when I decide to eventually talk about the entire Silent Hill series. We'll get there eventually, but right now I really need to take my time with this. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the first day of Christmas. These are all going to be really short reviews, so I can get them all out daily. We've got 11 more days till we reach Christmas Day, so let's transform, roll out, and I'll see you tomorrow with the next review.
Turn on your light, and they'll see you. You make a sound, and they'll hear you. If you think it's scary being lost,